Okay, so we got our show exported in the last segment. So your show episode 1, we've got that saved as an MP3 file. So I'm just going to close Reaper. It's going to ask me, do I want to save it? I don't want to save it because I made all those crazy changes. And now we are going to go to Zencast. So once you've got your episode finished, you can always, review some of the notes in the manual if you need to check up on how to do some of those editing shortcuts, what exact volume you need. Anything that you need to know that you're not sure of, that you forget, should be covered in this manual section. And then you get to the next part, uploading your show. So here we go. So we're going to go to zencast.fm, type that into your browser, and now we're in Zencast. So sign in right up here. That's where we need to go. Okay, and we're going to go home. So we're not going to worry about the analytics quite yet. So if you are adding a new show, then you want to be home and go to this blue button, Add a Show. This is going to give you two options. Import an existing show. So if you already have a podcast that's already out, in iTunes, in Spotify, you've already done all this stuff, and you just want to have it now hosted by Zencast, you want to make it a part of Canoe FM, then you would import, you'd click Import Show, and you'd paste in your RSS feed. If that is total nonsense to you, then that is probably the majority of the people viewing this video, because you will probably be creating new shows. So we can click Create a Show. And what is this show going to be called? Well, we're going to call it Your Show. And the description is, this is an example podcast that I'm making for a tutorial video. And the author is, we'll just say it's Canoe FM. So what category is this? Let's say it's art and design. And artwork, let's choose a file. Or, if your artwork fails to upload, you can always create the show and upload the artwork later. So we'll just create the show. Okay, and it says no episodes uploaded, so let's add an episode. So here we go. We've got a bunch of things here. We'll start at the top, choose the audio file. So where did we save it to? The desktop, and we called it Your Show Episode 1. So click Open and start uploading, and you'll see a bar start to come across here. While that's uploading, we can fill this out. So we can call this our first adventure in podcasting. And what are we going to say about it? We're going to say, we've never done this before. Wish us luck. Or, probably a more helpful thing would be, this show is about friendship, or, boats, whatever it happens to be about. We can see this is most of the way done, so we'll see if we can blaze through the rest of this. So like we said, if it's about boats, we're going to put boats in for a tag. Docks, marina life, that kind of stuff. Then for hosts, we can say Rob's hosting it, and Rob. We'll add, with a capital O. And we'll say Captain Seaworthy will also be a guest here. And then, once that's finished, we can see that's green up there. We can create this episode. Our first adventure in podcasting. So it's published, it's available, but we don't have our artwork set up, we don't have anything, so you know what? Let's go right back into this episode, and let's say we're not going to publish this quite yet. So I'm just going to pick a time. You can pick a time a little bit in the future. If you want to be sure, you can just bump it up to a year ahead and say, okay, it's not going to come out till 2021. And it's not that I want to schedule it then, it's just I want to put it on hold for now until I can finish some other basic things. So we've got an episode in here. It's not out yet. Let's go back to episodes. Yeah, we can see now it's scheduled. It turns yellow under status here instead of green. And the date is not until September 2021. So now we can look at the other options here. So let's go to show settings. So this, we can just take this offline for now. So we'll say we'll unpublish it so no one will be able to download it yet while we work all this stuff out. So the title is Your Show. I changed my mind. I want it to be called My Super Duper Show. So we can change the title anytime we want. And we'll say Super Duper Fun Will Be Had by All. There we go. We can choose a file for our artwork if we want to. You can change your name in here. So if you're setting up a new show as Canoe FM, what you will want to do is add your name here. So I can say Rob Doodle, because of course that's my last name. That's my real, genuine last name. And then we'll just add a little line and we'll leave the Canoe FM in it. That way anyone who searches for Canoe FM will find all of the shows and we can get a little bit more exposure for everybody that way. So we're not going to put just the person who's hosting it. We're going to put the person who's hosting it and then this stuff afterwards. If you're not sure how to do this, you can always copy and paste it from one of the other shows. Then you're going to choose a category. So it looks like I already chose art and design. What else am I into? Language learning. Oh, I should have picked self-improvement. Yeah, there we go. We can add keywords. So one of the keywords will be Rob. One of the keywords will be super duper. And another keyword will be fun. And you can add whatever keywords, happen to be here. So under contact name and contact email, all of this correspondence, if someone writes to your show, if someone hears an episode and they say, hey, I want to know more about this, or how'd you learn about this? All of those emails are currently going to go to podcast@canoefm.com. So if you want to be the contact person, this is where you would add your own stuff. So if you're someone who plans to be super involved with your listeners, then you maybe want the emails to go straight to you rather than to the podcast at Canoe. So you can edit that stuff in here. Save settings whenever you're happy with what you've got. So let's just click Save Settings so we go through the whole process. Okay, now that we've saved those show settings here, let's also go to links now that we're talking about it. So in here will be the Canoe FM Twitter, the Canoe FM Facebook, unless, like I said, you're really involved on a particular social network, then you can put in your own credentials there and then you can engage with your listeners directly. So again, if you put anything else in there, if you alter that, then you just need to save the links at the bottom. And then we will go to Player. So this is, I guess we need to publish an episode. So let's go back. We've got all of those things set up. So now that we're happy with our show, we've got our title and everything. Let's release this. So let's schedule this for, we'll go, let's say August 2020. Let's publish it. We'll say it came out last week so that it's definitely out right away. So we've saved one episode. Now when we go back to episodes, we should see that it's changed to published. And there we can see it's green for published. Now we can go to player. And it thinks we need to set it in show settings. Right. I did that to myself. Okay, so we're going to publish it now. So we've got an episode published and we're publishing the whole show. Save settings. Now we can go to player. And now it's looking a little kind of gray and drab. So I'm going to say the background color should be, let's say we go with a bright orange. I'm going to make it bright orange. Our primary colors, that's the button color. It's going to be a purpley blue. And the text color will be black. So it might look a little Halloween-y. Let's see. Save player colors. Okay, so that's our super duper show player. So this is the thing that's actually going to be showing up on canoefm.com. So if you want to change the way any of these colors look, this is the place to do it. And if you want to do distribution, I believe that this is being handled by Canoe, so there will be you will be able to get somebody to submit it for you. But yeah, once you have been set up with, your name, with your title, you've got an episode published, you can set up your player, then you're ready to get it pasted onto the Canoe site, which you will do by going to Player and Embed Playlist Player. Then you can copy that code there. So you can send this in an email if you want. You can just get somebody to, somebody at Canoe will be able to do this on the back end, paste this onto the website. But that's the code that you need. You can get that pasted on the web page, and then you can get the distribution to get into Apple Podcasts and Spotify. And before you know it, you're going to be released to the world.